And welcome back to another episode of my Pokemon Battle Series, the School of Hard Knocks. So throughout this episode, like every other, we'll be jumping on to the Pokemon Global Link Battle Spotlight, playing under the Championship Battle rules, which are the equivalent rule set of the VGC 2017 season. How is everyone? Hope everyone's having a great day, enjoying their evenings, doing whatever you're doing. So we kicked off the week yesterday with a brand new team. It is a team that is being featured, like the core of the team, the Drifblim and the Lele, and the other aspects of it. It's being featured by a lot of people at the moment, and for good reason. It's a very strong team, and as I said yesterday, I put my own spin on it. I took the ideas that I had from my international challenge team, and I kind of put a spin on it with the Drifblim and changed a few things around. So what we're going to do today is find a couple more opponents and see how we get on. Hopefully we've climbed the ladder a bit. We had a bit of a setback in yesterday's second game. My voice. Sorry, guys. I'm just going to take a drink before I continue, because I feel like that'll just carry on. Yeah, so we lost the second game yesterday, and that was just solely down to the team preview issues. And like I said yesterday, if you guys want to see like a video kind of covering the concepts and analysis in team preview, let me know in the comment section below, because I think it'd be something really cool to kind of put together, because it's such an important kind of stage of the battling pre-battle, and it's sometimes something that people kind of really underestimate the potential of, you know, setting yourself up well enough to start the game in a position where you're not kind of on the back foot straight away, and I think something like that might be beneficial, especially to the new guys out there. And I'm not the world's expert on it at all, but I've played enough games, I feel like, that I know what I'm talking about. So I hopefully could provide you guys with some good content in that respect anyway. But like I say, if it's something you guys want to see, then let me know in the comment section below. I'll be happy to do something like that. I'm really into doing little side projects and things. So also, before we kick off, I totally forgot, after doing my international challenge team, which was the other Tapu Lele team that we featured on the channel, I forgot to do a QR code for the team, and I did say I would do it in the team review episode, and thankfully got reminded last night, Sunday night, about it, and I have actually done a QR code for the team now, and I'll link that in the description below. So if you guys want to go and try that out, that was a team I got 3rd place in the Sao Paulo challenge with. Go ahead and use it. If you got any questions about it, watch the team review episode that I did on that team, or just shoot me a question in the comments below. But that is enough chit chat, guys. We'll jump straight onto the ladder now. We'll just quickly go over the team that we're using. We're using Tapu Lele, Arcanine, Celesteela, Drifblim, Garchomp, and Snorlax. And I've just realised that I haven't even got my capture card open, so this is going to be kind of weird. I start the video without my capture card open. So there we go, we've got the capture card open. That's a bit annoying. I could kind of go back and start the whole video again, but no, I'll mess it up. So we will just jump on to the ladder. So I was wondering why I can't see it on my screen, because I normally look at the screen and then kind of relay what's happening on there, but I'm staring down at my DS. So good start to the day, guys, as always. I hope some of you are pleased to hear I'm also feeling like 100% better, like a lot better today, so than I have been, which I am so appreciative for. I was feeling so bad last week, and yeah, feeling good, feeling a lot more myself today. So hopefully we can provide you guys with some excellent games. So we're sitting on not a bad rating at the minute, 1682. Some of those losses weren't with this team, so I can't really count that. I did ladder up slightly before we started the episodes, and it seems to be taking ages to find someone tonight. But as we say, and we get super high rated opponent, 1894, so this is going to be an epic game. Oh, let's hope it is. So the team is Pelipper, Golduck, Tapu Koko, Kartana, Alolan Muk, and Snorlax. So a really good test for the team here, and let's see how we can approach this. Now we've got to be very careful with the Pelipper Golduck lead because it can, the Golduck can just launch. We don't have any weather to kind of counteract the Hydro Vortex, and it can just launch like straight off into one of my Pokemon straight away. The Muk obviously puts a lot of pressure onto my Drifblim as well, so does the Snorlax. So let's think how we're going to approach this. And one other thing in Team Preview, when I tend to see a Kartana, I don't like to bring the Snorlax because I've got the Cursed Snorlax. I don't have Trick Room. My opponent doesn't have Trick Room, so that Kartana is always going to be outspeeding me. Tailwind won't affect, so straight away I'm going to discount the Snorlax. I don't feel like I kind of need to rely on Arcanine too much here because I can use the Drifblim to get the Will-O-Wisp off, so I think I will just lead Tapu Lele, Drifblim. I'm going to bring my Celesteela and my Garchomp. And I think, yeah, I'm going to go with that. Now I need to be very careful with the Drifblim here because I'm going to rely on the Drifblim to get the Will-O-Wisps off onto things like the Snorlax and the Muk. So it's quite important to not let that go down as quick as possible. And yeah, this is going to be a good test. Because obviously I'm against a very good trainer here, so all the best to them, and let's see what we can do. My opponent is leading off with the Tapu Koko and the Alolan Muk. So first things first here. Is that Tapu Koko scarfed? If it is scarfed, it's going to outspeed my Drifblim and potentially pick up the kill with the Wild Charge. And now I know this is quite a fatty tech, but people are running that to get rid of the Drifblim. And as I don't have the Arcanine here, if I lose the Blim like I was saying before, straight away, which it could possibly do, I'm going to be really on the back foot. So I think what I might do, and you know it is a bit counterproductive, but I think I'm going to switch in. Actually, wait there. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to probably potentially lose my Tapu Lele here. But I'm going to go for a Psychic into that Tapu Koko, and I'm going to switch my Garchomp into my Drifblim. The problem is if my opponent's got the Rain mode in the back, then it is going to be a bit of an issue. But we do see the Volt switch into the Garchomp. Do get the Psychic off, pick up the KO on that Tapu Koko, so that's not bad. But then we're going to take a Poison Jab, but we see a knockoff actually. Okay, so that's not bad. That's doable. So we lose our Assault Vest, which isn't going to put us in good stead against the Rain if my opponent's got that. But we're not in the worst position at all. We've still got a Z move on our Tapu Lele. We've got rid of the big threat Tapu Koko to my Celesteela and my Drifblim. So that's the main thing now. So we see the Golduck come in here. And like I say, we have just lost the Assault Vest on our Garchomp. Now I'm thinking here, to be honest, we're probably going to see a Poison Jab onto the Tapu Lele. And because I can't protect with my Garchomp, and I don't really want to switch it out on a potential Ice Beam onto my Drifblim, I'm just going to go for an Earthquake, get some damage off onto this Golduck if I can, and chip down that Muk, proc the berry, get rid of that berry while I can, and it's still on the field. So we switch in the Celesteela for the Lele. We do see the Muk withdraw, so we're going to see the Pelipper come in now. But this isn't the worst situation in the world, so we'll probably lose Garchomp here. Which isn't great, but it's not the worst. Like I say, it's not the worst situation in the world. So we see the Golduck actually protect. So now it is going to be outspeeding my Garchomp. My opponent knows that my Garchomp's not got Protect on it because it knocked off the Assault Vest. He is going to be able to get the Tailwind up here. But I don't know if it's going to do him really any favours getting it up. I think what I'm going to do is go for a Leech Seed into the Pelipper slot, and I'm going to go for I'm going to go for the Rock Slide. Because if I can get a Rock Slide off, I doubt I will with Garchomp, but yeah, so we just see the Ice Beam come out from the Golduck. Without the Assault Vest, this is going to pick up the KO, which is slightly unfortunate. So we do lose our Garchomp. We just see a Scald come out from the Pelipper, so not going for that Tailwind. Doing good damage, but we don't get burned, so that's the main thing. Get the Leech Seed off. Alright, so what do we do now? I'm going to bring in the Tapu Lele. So what's my opponent going to do here? We do have the potential Hydro Vortex coming out from that Golduck. The Pelipper, like I said before, could go for the Tailwind. But I don't know if it will. I don't know if it needs to. Now, my opponent doesn't know the speed of my Tapu Lele, because it could be thinking that the KO is coming onto the Pelipper. So it may... I think he'll double into the Lele. It's the most threatening thing on the field, but then it's quite obvious, so he might go for the Celesteela at this point. I'm going to go for a Leech Seed onto that Golduck with my Celesteela and just protect my Tapu Lele this turn. Hopefully we see a Hydro Vortex into that slot, that would be great. So we do see the Hydro Vortex, it is coming out from that Golduck. Fingers crossed it is into the Lele. If it's into the Lele, that's brilliant. We've wasted the Z move as well. It is into the Lele. Okay, so that's really good. So Lele taking that like a champ. Probably take another Scald. We'll be able to survive this. Yeah. Celesteela doing Celesteela things, and we get the Leech Seed off onto that Golduck, which is nice, and it's going to start racking up that recovery for us. Right. We need to stall out the rain, and I don't know if we can, because what I'm thinking now is I could just protect my Celesteela and switch in my Drifblim, and it should, if my opponent does double into it, it should be able to take both attacks. But then we're just kind of putting ourselves in a position where we're going to lose the Drifblim, but I guess then we force the... Because I don't know if we'll be able to take a Scald, a double Scald into the Tapu Lele here. I'm going to go for a Heavy Slam. And we run out of time, but we'll go for the Psychic, whatever. So yeah, we see the Hydro Pump. It's coming out into the Lele, and oh, we managed to survive. Okay, so if he's not doubled up into that. Okay, wow. Okay. We get rid of the Pelipper, and we're going to just Heavy Slam into the Golduck, but it's not ideal. It's not ideal at all, but we can stall out the rain now, so it does actually not too bad damage. So I think our win con here is the Celesteela. The Celesteela is going to be able to kind of hopefully win us this game, maybe. But then we've got to get the Drifblim in, get the burn onto that Muk. So we've got one more turn of rain now, and then the rain does go away. I really think my opponent is going to just try and get another water type attack off. Sorry, I'm not talking very much, I'm just trying to think. But because the rain ends this next turn, I think my opponent would probably target into the Lele, even though it's risky with the Hydro Pump. So yeah, we see the Hydro Pump actually into the Celesteela slot, and the knockoff into the Lele. So rain does stop. I feel like that Golduck has to prioritise taking out the Celesteela as well in this situation. So we could take advantage of that by getting our Drifblim in on that slot, which we'll be able to take a Hydro Pump and going for a Psychic into the Golduck, because we should be outspeeding that Muk, and as long as it hasn't got Shadow Sneak, then we should be alright. So we'll switch in the Drifblim here for the Celesteela. Oh, Encore. Okay, so that's fine. So you Encored the Protect on the Celesteela there. We get the Psychic off, that's the main thing. And we've just got the Muk versus the... Also, we actually keep Lele as well, which is even better. So we'll be able to get a Moonblast off and then get Celesteela in. So we will get the Will-O-Wisp off. Hopefully that hits, and just go for a Psychic Moonblast here just to get some damage off. So we do see the Shadow Sneak. It is going to hit into the Drifblim to avoid that Will-O-Wisp. Okay, but let's see how much this Moonblast does. Yeah, the game's not over by any means here. So we really needed the Psychic turn up, to be honest. So I'm just gonna go for a Leech Seed into the Muk, and I don't think he'll target the Lele here with a Shadow Sneak. I think he has to target the Celesteela, so I'm going to go for another Moonblast, get some more damage onto this Muk. Yeah, so it looks like he's going to go for a knockoff into the Celesteela. Hopefully, we should have probably Heavy Slammed there, to be honest. That's a big mistake, I think. But if we can survive this, we're alright. Oh no! Oh, that's it. We've lost. We got beat by a Muk. Yeah, we should have... even if we'd Heavy Slammed in that situation, then the Muk would have still been able to kill us like now with the Shadow Sneak. So I think maybe yeah, it's hard to say what you should do when you kind of don't know the last move on the Muk. We didn't realise it had Shadow Sneak. Knowing that now, it makes more sense to have the Psychic terrain up. But very good game to my opponent regardless. We will just go down to a Shadow Sneak here, and a bit unfortunate, but a very good game. There's a few turns where we made probably not the most optimal plays. We started off well with the switch in to Garchomp, baiting in the Tapu Lele, getting rid of that quite early. But yeah, there was a turn where we ran out, and then, you know, we were going to Psychic something. I probably would have actually Psychic the Golduck slot in that situation. So yeah, I don't know. It's if we'd had the Psychic terrain up there, it might have been slightly different. But then the Celesteela would have still gone down to one shot, so we would have had to protect it that turn, get a bit more leftovers recovery. We should have just protected that turn, got the Moonblast off, and then the next turn he would have had to go for the Shadow Sneak. Would have given us the opportunity to go for the Leech Seed, and then, you know, from there we could have worked on that, because Celesteela would have had enough health to survive the knockoff, etc, etc, and we probably would have been able to close out. So that's probably what we should have done in that situation. Getting a bit greedy, I think, there. But we have our next opponent running a team of Tapu Fini, Tapu Koko, Whimsicott, Celesteela, Garchomp, and Arcanine. So, let's see. Double Tapus there with the Fini and the Koko. It does look like that Whimsicott probably does have the nature power, which can transform into the electric Z move. Tapu Koko's on the field with the electric terrain, or the Tapu Fini's on the field with the Misty terrain. So what are we going to do here? I think what I want to do is leave my Tapu Lele, my Arcanine. Do we want Snorlax here? Snorlax isn't too bad, to be honest. But I don't know if we do. I think I might just go Celesteela and Garchomp here. Garchomp will give us nice support options against the Arcanine, and the Tapu Koko. It's a nice switch into any electric type attacks. It's got Dragon Claw as well, so we run Dragon Claw on Garchomp as well. Because we've got Tapu Lele. Basically, the Tapu Lele in this team is quiet nature. It's still got max, like 31 speed IVs, but it puts it at a speed of 104, so that underspeeds base, like just non-vested Tapu Finis, underspeeds it by 1 point, so you're always guaranteed the Psychic Terrain up. Now that puts a lot of pressure on teams that lead out with the Tapu Fini thinking, yeah, I'm going to be able to get my terrain up at least to start the game with. And that means they have to switch around as well. There is drawbacks to it. You get a lot of threats like Magnezons and things that are max speed, outspeeding it, so it's problematic, but you need to be aware of those things. But hopefully when I do a team review episode of this team in particular, we can kind of go a bit more in depth with that. But we'll get into this match right now. We've got my opponent leading off with Tapu Koko and Whimsicott, and we lead off with our Lele and Arcanine. So what can we do? We don't really want to... well, we can protect in front of this Whimsicott because I'd imagine that the Koko will probably just go for a Volt Switch, or it might have... Oh, we could see a Fake Tears combination come out. Fake Tears, yeah, I'd imagine that's maybe what we're going to see. So I'm just going to protect my Tapu Lele. I'm going to switch in my Garchomp on the Arcanine slot, because that's a possibility. Definitely Fake Tears and then a big electric type attack just to get rid of a threat like Arcanine straight away. So at least by protecting my Lele here and bringing the Garchomp in, we kind of protect ourselves completely against any electric type attacks. So we see the Endeavour come out from this Tapu Lele, and we're going to see a Gigavolt Havoc come out from this Tapu Koko. So if it is into the Garchomp slot, then it is completely wasted. So let's hope it is. But it is into the Tapu Lele. But we have protected, so we'll not be taking too much damage from this, which is fine. Yeah, minimal damage, so that's great. Now, what has my opponent got in the back? Gonna bring in Celesteela and the Arcanine, and nice switch-ins here. Yeah. So I'd imagine the Celesteela and the Arcanine to probably come in here. So I think I'm going to go for a Psychic onto the Whimsicott, and I'm going to go for a Rock Slide. We don't need to worry too much about being on chord because the Psychic terrain is up. So we just see a Protect from the Tapu Koko. This Whimsicott probably going to go for a Tailwind here. Yeah, so we see Tailwind, and hopefully our Rock Slide hits, and we'll take it down to its Sash. Well, break its Sash and then take it down with the Psychic. So we did get the Rock Slide off. And yeah, this should be enough to KO the Wimmy. So that's one down. And now we've got a Tailwind to contend with. So I'd imagine probably the Arcanine to come in here if my opponent has brought it. But it is the Tapu Fini. Okay. So I don't mind this too much. I'm quite tempted to just go for a Shattered Psyche into that Tapu Koko slot. Or I could double into the Tapu Fini slot, to be honest, with a Poison Jab. Because we'll be with Garchomp, we're going to be able to take any combination of attacks from the opposing two Pokemon. I'm just a bit wary about doubling into the Tapu Koko slot because I imagine it's going to Volt Switch out, and there's every chance that Celesteela could come in here. So I'm just going to Poison Jab and go for the Shattered Psyche into that Tapu Fini, and hopefully that'll be enough to kind of take it out. Just see the Tapu Koko staying, go for a Dazzling Gleam. Garchomp taking that very well, and another Dazzling Gleam from this Tapu Fini. So again, that looks like it's Choice Specs Fini from that damage. Get the Poison Jab off, doing about a half health. So we are going to actually, it's not the best use of our Z move, but not the worst use either. Would have been better going into the Tapu Koko slot. But like I say, I was a bit wary of doing that because if it Volt Switched out and a Celesteela came in, it's a complete waste of my Z move. At least this way we have KO'd a Pokemon. So what has my opponent got as his last Pokemon? And it is the Arcanine. Okay. Now what to do, because Garchomp now is in Dazzling Gleam range. The Tapu Lele is not. The Tapu Lele could survive a Dazzling Gleam, but I've got a feeling that the Arcanine will probably double into that slot, just to make sure that it will go down. So I think what I might do is go for an Arcanine switch into that slot, and switching my Celesteela. On the other side, we'll get an Intimidate off onto the opposing Arcanine, but it's going to be a bit difficult to maneuver around now to be able to get into a position to get rid of these two Pokemon, but not out of the realms of possibilities. We can still do this. So we get the Intimidate off with that Arcanine, more importantly onto the opposing Arcanine. See a Thunderbolt come out, and the opponent predicting correctly on the switch in for the Garchomp onto the Celesteela. Gets the paralysis as well, and as my opponent doubled into that slot. Yeah, doubled in, so that's fine. So I'm just going to bring in my Tapu Lele here. Or should I bring in my Garchomp? No, I'm going to bring the Tapu Lele. And now just with the Psychic Trio, we're going to stop my opponent being able to take advantage of that extreme speed at least. I think this turn, what I'm going to do is just go for a Snarl, and I'm going to protect. Should I protect? I'm in a real bad situation here. Yeah, I'm just going to protect with my Tapu Lele. I can't really do anything else. If I leave it unprotected, the Arcanine's just going to take it down. Do you see that Tapu Koko protect? So I imagine that Arcanine will just go for a Flare Blitz into the Lele slot. Yeah. Do go for a Snarl. The biggest problem here is we need to get rid of that Tapu Koko before we can bring the Garchomp in. And I don't think we can do it with just a Flare Blitz on its own. I don't really feel like I've got too many options, so I'm just going to have to go for the Flare Blitz. And should I go for a Double Protect? Double Protect would buy me enough time to get rid of this Koko. And I've probably got, yeah, it's my best chance at this point in the game. So I'm going to go for the Double Protect. If I can get it off with Tapu Lele, then that is going to win us, well, hopefully win us the game. We get it off. Okay, that's huge. I do see a Dazzling Gleam come out from this Tapu Koko. It's going to do very minimal damage to the Arcanine. Flare Blitz into our Arcanine. Okay. Doing not too bad damage. And we get the Flare Blitz onto the Tapu Koko now. Yeah, it's nowhere near enough damage. Now what can I do? Can I switch? I think my opponent's probably going to protect the Tapu Koko again. And there's no way I get a triple protect off with Tapu Lele and just go for the Flare Blitz into my... Yeah, I'm just going to go for it, and I'm going to go for a Psychic on the off chance that I do get it off onto the Arcanine. I don't think I will because we're going to be underspeeding it. So the Tapu Koko goes for the Dazzling Gleam. Okay. Right. Oh my god, my Lele actually survives. So we might actually be able to just win the game now. Lele, the boss. Yeah, we pull through with the Arcanine, so our Berry will prop. These EV spreads are coming in golden right now. So we'll be able to KO the Tapu Koko with the Flare Blitz and pick up the KO onto that Arcanine with the Psychic, because Tapu Lele is a god, the Tapu god. And we can pick up a win here. So nice way to end the episode. Some really tough opponents today. This should definitely be enough to pick up the KO onto this Arcanine. Yep, easy, easy, easy. Didn't even need the Garchomp. So that was a nice win. Very good game to my opponent there, and like I say, a really nice way to end the episode. So we've had some great games today, guys. We had that really high rated Japanese player game 1, and you know, we kind of nailed down where we went wrong in that game. But it's nice having, I kind of got a bit too hyped as well, because it's very rare when you're this low down in the ladder to get someone that high up. So we were quite lucky there. So it was nice to kind of feature it on the channel. And yeah, well, that last game was also good as well. Obviously we got a little bit lucky with the double protect, but we were playing to our win condition there, and that's what you've always got to remember to do. Look for your kind of game plan to win and go for it. If you know, if it is a double protect, you've got to go for it. It's the best, like it's the biggest chance you've got of winning the game. You've got to go for it. You've got to take that chance. It's better than not taking that chance and just throwing the game away. So we took the chance, like you saw. We got it. I don't know if it mattered too much in the end, because the Dazzling Gleam in the next turn, whether it was a roll or not, we managed to survive and just clean up. But very nice and exciting way to end the battle. So guys, I hope you've enjoyed this episode. It's been a pleasure as always having you here with me, watching the videos, and your support as always is massively appreciated. You guys are the best. If you're new to the channel, do subscribe, because we have got a lot of content coming out for you on a continued basis. We have the School of Hard Knocks, which is your daily uploads, and we have the QR code series, which we'll be back with tomorrow, so keep an eye out for that, guys. And very special featured Pokemon in tomorrow's episode, and we have a team review episodes and the odd occasional little bits of other things on the go as well. So guys, we will call it a day there. Thank you so much for tuning in. It is always a pleasure. So you go away, enjoy the rest of your evenings, whatever you do, and take care of yourselves, and until tomorrow I will see you then. So until then, guys, bye bye.